Okay, welcome back guys. So today it's going to be a bit of a random shits and bits video, but right now we're bringing back something that I've wanted to try to do since I first swapped this car. Now I've got a BF Ecu and a BA Ecu. So now the whole issue I'm having with this car is I feel like it lacks power. Now I don't know too much about a lot of shit. I don't know if this could just be a sad motor. I actually should compression test it. There's a lot of things I want to do, but as of right now, I want to get this BF Ecu working and see what I can do in the ECU to see if I can maybe help or figure out why I actually feel like this thing is lacking power. I took it out a couple nights ago, tried doing some things, wasn't doing shit, so I really want to dive into some random shits and bits to actually see what I might be able to do with this whole setup, because right now it's just not performing how it should. So let's change over this ECU and let's show you what's happening when I do change it over. Okay, so off the rip you can see we've got a whole different pin out. So I can only imagine that things are going to be ran a lot differently. So because I'm running a BF loom, I'm going to put in the BF ECU to actually see if maybe I'm not picking up normal sensors or anything like that. Like I was thinking maybe my VCT isn't working. So that's my whole thought process right now. Just gonna let it sit here for now, and I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna try start it. I'm gonna show you what's actually happening and why it's easier for me just to put in the old ECU just because it worked. But right now, let's try this. Now from memory, I did do everything I did in the in the BA ECU, the same with the BF ECU. So I disabled a couple things. I made I also made the ECU know that it's a manual, not an auto. So this is currently what happens when I try start it. Let's get that out of gear first. Currently, everything just sounds fucked. Now we need to start diagnosing what could be the issue and why this is doing this. Now I might actually grab my laptop, look through both BA and BF ECUs, see if there's any differences. It is hard for me to do that because I genuinely don't know what the fuck I'm looking at too much throughout the ECUs. There are so many settings, so much of everything that it's hard. So right now, let's try to tinker with some things and see if that changes anything. Okay, so again, that's what we're working with. Let's see what we can read off of this. We're going to want to see if we can actually see any data on why it's throwing an engine code, and it's also telling us an oil code as well. So let's look into that. Alright, so I just asked on BA Drifters because I was confused as fuck. Apparently I need to take out pin number 28 and 29. So we'll give that a shot. Shout out to Bill and Morgan said that the pedal wiring is actually different in the BF compared to the BAs. So there's that, and Bill also did say that I need to cut 2 cables and potentially splice 2 cables. So let's find them and I'll show you if this fixes my issue. Now, I do want to give myself some space to work with this, just in case. So let's cut that. That is the 4th pin in, which is 28. Now you cut the one next to it, which is just a black, which is just a ground signal wire. Cut this for now. Okay. So that is 28 and 29 disconnected. Right now, let's move them away from each other. Plug it back in and see. So now we cut that. Oh fuck. Let's see what happens. So this apparently should have fixed my pedal box issue. Which it did. So I don't know why we're getting a oil light and also a PATS, but she works now. She's cold, so. Alright, so now I also need to figure out why we're getting a oil light and a PATS. But we've now got the BF ECU working, which is fucking awesome. That's annoying, but that is good to hear. Okay, since that little test drive, what I want to do is I want to jack up this rear end and I want to tighten up a couple things, give it a quick bolt check, because again, I never had a knot come from the rear left, so we're going to give that a quick bolt check, and take it around, see if it still happens. And in the meantime, I still can't really pinpoint the ECU for the speedometer. So for now, I still want to give it a shot, see how it feels. Now that we've changed a bunch of stuff, see if it actually does what it needs to do. If I have to compromise by not having a working speedo, then I kind of wish I wouldn't have to. But if it is, if that's how it is, then that's how it is, and I'll figure it out later on down the track. But as long as everything works well with this thing. So for now, let's jack this thing up. Okay, so right now, just under the car, absolutely tightening everything up. So I'm going through everything, so hopefully this this fixes that loose noise that we've been hearing. So let's keep going. I'll tell you when I'm done. Alright, now we've tightened everything up. Just go to the block. Let's see if anything changed. Feels pretty good. I'm quite happy with that, because before it was just making noises like left side, right side. I've just tightened everything up ridiculously. Speedo's still on its thing. Now last thing to do is take this thing out. brakes felt a bit weird then. Last thing to do is just take this thing out and see if she performs. Because before, she wouldn't even dump second. Okay, so I've managed to change up a couple things in the ECU. So my speedo works now. It's just 10 k's out. So if I'm doing 90, I'm actually doing 100. I might fuck with a little bit more of it, see if I can get it more accurate, but for now, I'm happy. It works. It shows what gear I'm in. Everything's pretty good. Everything feels quite nice. Nothing's really been an issue. It feels like it's got a bit more power now, a bit more pep to its step, which I'm happy. Another thing I haven't figured out yet is also my oil light and the security light. It doesn't actually affect anything right now. The only thing it affects is my head unit does say code, which sucks. But for now, it's actually alright. I'm just going to leave it like that till I can actually be bothered. So by ECU, I've actually disabled like all of the security settings and also all the DTC fault codes. So it shouldn't actually have the oil light on. I'm not too sure why it is, but it is on, and I'll deal with that another time. But for now, that's going to be the end of this video. We've managed to put the BF Ecu in the BA, and we've managed to get the pedal box to work. So thank you for watching. If you stayed this far, stay tuned for more Falcon content, because we got a couple things planned. And I shall see you all in the next one. Peace.